Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, our production of Gorecom, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. With us today, happy to have him for the first time ever, David Reingold. He's Director and Strategic Advisor at Molecule Holdings, trades on the CSC under the stock symbol MLCL. For those of you new to the story, this is what you need to know. Molecule is a Canadian craft-focused cannabis beverage production company. We're going to talk about that in a bit. More than just lip service, they've got a 200,000 square foot production facility in Ontario that's been given the green light to begin selling its unique line of cannabis-infused beverages throughout Canada, and they're starting in Ontario and Québec. They hold a standard processing license issued by Health Canada, which means they can manufacture cannabis-infused products and sell them to other licensed producers. Whole bunch more going on. Commercialization's on the brink of starting here. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Hey, so today's press release that we're talking about, Molecule receives shipment of aluminum cans and ramps up production for anticipated shipments to Ontario Cannabis Stores. Normally, the part about the receipt of aluminum cans would be like, well, who really cares about that? That's not important. But you guys overcame a hurdle there because there's a big supply crunch. Talk just a little bit about that because I want to make sure people realize why that's in the headline. But then more important, let's talk about the anticipated shipments to Ontario Cannabis Stores.
Yeah, so it's very important for a new business to have a good source of supply for all the input materials. Cans is actually the most important one, and it's a very specific item, especially as related to cannabis inputs and how it adheres to the can lining.
And the part about the more important thing is, what can you tell us about the opening list of orders expected from OCS? And we're not asking you necessarily for size of the order, but what's the product mix going to be, and when do you expect to start shipping?
Yeah, so that's the big one for Molecule. We're born. It's a real business now, so it's very exciting for us. Orders we expect to be shipped out before the end of the month, which is exciting. There are 5 separate brands that make up part of the first order, so we're really going to have a really substantial representation at the OCS. So it's a big time for Molecule.
And to put that into perspective, you've got 5 brands that you're taking to market. Hexo, who a lot of people regard as kind of like the market leader for now, that's about the same number of brands that they've got as well, correct?
Yeah, I'd venture to say we're up there with our representation. So it's very exciting. The chance that the OCS is giving us. I really think they're giving us special consideration because of our business model. I think they love the idea that we're bringing small beverage producers to the market. I think that they've been offered a lot of vanilla products, and we're a business that's really going to focus on great flavor and unique branding stories.
Well, let's talk about that because you specifically say craft, right? And you've alluded to something, to the advantages there. How does that add, to the product's cachet in the marketplace? And as you're saying, they want to get those products in for you. Why is that?
Well, I think beverage is going to follow alcohol. Cannabis is going to follow alcohol. So I think that consumers, both in food and alcohol, are really sort of intent on watching those unique stories. So small businesses, great stories, great flavors, a little bit different, right? So I think that we're following that play that's been successful over the last many years. And I think that's what Molecule brings to the market, right? It's a different play. It's a bet on the cannabis industry. It's not necessarily a bet on any one brand, on any single focus flavor. It's a bet on those special stories that I think are going to resonate with consumers.
And are you getting a lot of inquiries from a lot of these craft, kind of beverage companies who want to partner up with you and produce product with you?
Yeah, both large and small. So it's very interesting. Our inbound, we're almost overwhelmed with our inbound. And at this stage, we really have the luxury of choosing through groups of companies that want to bring unique flavors to the market. And we're
that's got to be a great situation to be in, where you can pick and choose. So how are you picking and choosing based on somewhat of brand and somewhat you'll pick George Com brand, but at the same time you also love the flavor of what he's got, for example?
Well, the interesting part is we are on the beverage creation side. So remember, in a lot of instances, we've got companies coming to us with ideas, and we're putting our beverage team on those ideas and creating some flavors that will resonate with their brand story. So, we're really involved from start to finish, it's a great way to do business. So, a lot of inbound, both Canadian and U.S. A lot of opportunities to choose from right now for Molecule.
And in our last interview, the company's position was you guys thought by the end of this year you'd be on an $18.5 million run rate for revenue. Do you guys still feel that level of confidence? Maybe it's gone higher or lower. Any adjustments to that?
We feel strong that, remember, the Canadian cannabis market is changing almost on a daily basis. So the news that we get where it says there's 300 stores in Ontario it's old news by the time we get it. So they're opening up, I think, close to 80 stores a month. They're expecting to have over 1,000 stores in Ontario before the year end. It's a very exciting time. So the numbers that I had heard back in the last quarter of 2020 were we should expect around 20,000 units per beverage per month. If you start taking into consideration how those stores continue to multiply, that number it's a real number.
What I like about what you guys are doing is the following. When cannabis became legalized, one of the things I thought was overdone was the growth in the market for flower, for product, for smoking, and so on and so forth. Because I don't smoke, not judgment. I don't smoke cannabis. My wife doesn't smoke cannabis. Nobody in my family really smokes cannabis. So even though it became legal, I wasn't gonna go buy it just because it's legal. But what I love about beverages, I drink wine. My wife drinks wine. We all have those, vodka coolers. So I think it leaves, your business brings you wide open to consumers like me who have never tried cannabis infused, but we do like something that gives us a bit of flavor and a bit of a buzz. Is that the same kind of market sentiment you're hearing, that traditional wine cooler beer drinkers are actually going to be, experimenting and taking a look at cannabis infused beverages?
I would tell you that we're on the forefront of something very special. And I truly believe that beverages are going to lead the way in the delivery method. Because if you think about your life, usually a toast or a drink marks every special moment, right?
Of course.
So that's the way I see the cannabis business. I see people getting together and enjoying a drink the same way in the illegal market they would probably get together and enjoy a joint, right? So it's quite a bit different. And also, if you look at the biggest bets in the industry, what the biggest guys are doing, they've made massive bets on beverage. So yes, I think it's a little bit slower out of the gate because there really wasn't a bootleg or an illegal market to draw off of.
Right.
But as the market matures, it looks like the big bets are going to beverages. And in my opinion, if you think about the activity of sitting around a dock or sitting with a group of friends and having a glass filled of a unique beverage that gives you that little buzz that you might have gotten on the alcohol side, it definitely seems right to us. So that's where we're placing our bet. And again, what's interesting about Molecule is it's not necessarily about all our brands, it's about a group of brands. So we're betting on the beverage category. We can get there through straight co-packing. We can get there through launching our own brands, and we can get there through being creative and helpful to craft brewers to bring their brands to market. So there's a lot of revenue streams for Molecule that we're going to take advantage of.
That's got to be a great advantage, right? That you can work with existing craft brands, for example. So you already know if that product has a market, if it's successful, if consumers like the taste, which eliminates a lot of the risk on your side at the beginning. I know you're going to be able to create your own brands as well, but that's got to be an advantage, right, David? That you can you can hedge some of that with existing craft brands.
Yeah, a lot of the players that we're going to business with, they're also they could be part of the CPG market. So they have a lot of experience in bringing brands to play. They have networks of consumers that might trust what they're doing. And obviously, this is a different category, but you've got guys that have done it before and they've been successful in doing it before. So yeah, I think Molecule has a lot of advantages, and I think that we're a smaller, nimble team, and we'll be able to pick the right path pretty quickly.
Beyond 2021, where do you see the company? Do you see more? Is it just math at that point? Go from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 brands to service a larger and larger market, and then how do you go across the country? I think we spoke about that in the last interview, where transportation becomes an issue. So if you get a strong enough brand in Eastern Canada, Ontario, Quebec, and so on, do you co-pack with somebody else? Do you set up another operation out west, or what do you go into the Northeast United States?
Listen, all of those are options. I think that what's important for Molecule right now is to concentrate on Canada and to build a manufacturing pipeline that we can roll out throughout the entire country. Yes, that could mean opening up a facility on the West Coast. I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I think what's really important for Molecule is to offer brands a path from beverage creation right through to store coverage, right? So we're going to build it for them, or when I mean build it for them, we're going to create a unique flavor. We're going to build that product in our facility. We're going to help them get it listed and sell that product. And we're going to speak to the bud tenders and make sure that those products are promoted properly at retail.
Let's talk about you for a second. Last time we had Phil on the show. You're new to Molecule. Tell us about your background and experience and how that's going to apply to Molecule.
Yeah, so I got introduced to Molecule a little bit late in the game through the investor side of things. I have a CPG background, and I've been an entrepreneur that has launched a number of brands in that organic, better for you category in Canadian grocery. So I know my way around stores. I know my way around building brands and distribution. And I think when you add that with the science and beverage creation team that Molecule has put together, first and foremost, Phil, who is wonderful at what he's done, and the way that they've been able to bring this business to the starting point today with a small budget is amazing. And now I think my job will be to help them sort of build those into commercial businesses, build those brands, build those distribution channels, and move this company across the country.
Well, I'm looking forward to the first shipments into OCS. When you guys start shipping, are we going to get photos and videos and make sure we know the brand so that we can all, go to our OCS store or order from our OCS store, so we're ready to go for, we're going to have playoff hockey, playoff basketball happening. We know we're going to need beverages for that. And then summer's coming. You're going to make sure we all know the brands, right? Maybe even have, Dave's picks.
Absolutely. I can tell you the factory at this stage is in full force, and we're making beverages, and looks like we'll be delivering to the OCS before the end of the month. So it's a big time for Molecule, for the history of Molecule, and this marks our commercialization, and we can start talking about volume and profit and building out the business from here. So it's very exciting. We will have shipped product before the end of Q1 calendar year 2021, which is sort of the same thing. So
yeah, that's a big deal. Because the reason I'm asking is, do you guys recognize revenue when it's shipped? You think that'll be hitting your this quarter's books?
Yeah, it's a sale. This will be a sale prior to the end of the month. Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations.
So it's a big day for Molecule. I think there'll be a lot of high fives before the end of the month. The guys have worked really hard, so we're happy we're here.
Well, make sure you guys got some great video of the filling line, the packing line, palletization. in the trucks being shipped out, because that's going to be really big. And we'd love for you to share that with everybody next time so we can run that as good B-roll as we're talking about it.
Yeah, we're excited, and trust me, all of that's on the way. So it's a big time for Molecule, and we're really happy you guys are covering us. So we appreciate it.
No, we're happy that you've got us telling it. It's not a difficult story to tell. That's the great thing. And the next time we're on, hopefully we'll both be actually taking a drink at the same time. But congratulations, David, to you, the team, everybody on this accomplishment, and looking forward to having you back. It sounds like, I mean, here we are, March 10th or whatever the case is. So it sounds like we're going to have you on in the next couple of weeks. So let's make sure we do that and have fun with it.
Yeah, very exciting. We're always available. Thanks again.
Thank you. For everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening by podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, your favorite podcast platform, to David Reingold. He's Director, Strategic Advisor at Molecule Holdings, trades on the CSC and the stock symbol MLCL. For those new to the story, make sure you get to Agoracom, get to the company's hub, get to the profile section. We got the whole story laid out there for you, some nice imagery as well. And of course, hop over to their website, molecule.ca. Make sure that you go take a look at that. They got great imagery and things and good information over there. And make sure for those investors that are in Ontario, watch for it. We're going to make sure we alert you. But you're going to have some beverages for the playoffs. You're going to have some beverages for the summer. So you might as well have some Molecule branded beverages. And looking forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great day. Do your due diligence. Don't say we didn't tell you so 12 months from now, because shipping is starting. Have a great day.